We continue with the part 2 of our video where we were talking about 7 communication skills that everybody, all of us, everybody that wants to succeed in life is supposed to develop in order to amount to something substantial. Given that I believe every ambitious person have to has some criteria, have some skills that they are normally supposed to develop, and one of them is communication. But communication is a skill that it has a whole course study on its own. It has a whole bunch of things to know on its own. And in our last video, we introduced the 7 communication skills that everyone who desires to succeed is supposed to develop or know or adapt or learn. We talked of listening, which was the first. Second, we talked of clarity, that is speaking clearly. Third, we talked of body language, and the fourth, we ended at storytelling. And today we're going to continue with the part 2, which is the fifth, sixth, and the 7th skill. The 5th skill that every human being that wants to succeed in life is supposed to develop is emotional intelligence. What's emotional intelligence? Okay, emotional intelligence means understanding your emotions and understanding the emotions of others. You guys have to understand that a great communicator knows when to speak, when to stay silent, when to encourage, when to correct. Okay, we live in a world where many conflicts happen not because people disagree, but conflicts at times happen because people don't know, okay, how to communicate their disagreement. Okay, people don't know when to talk, when to stay quiet, what to say, where to even say it. Most people don't know that, and in that case, okay, we end up having a lot of disagreements, enmity, okay, at times on productivity, because when the boss at work doesn't understand his or her employee, or when the employee don't also understand the other employee in the office, okay, or when the manager doesn't understand the personal assistant, or when a personal assistant doesn't understand the emotions of the boss, a personal assistant cannot expect a boss to reason perfectly when the boss just lost a deal, or just lost a multi-million-dollar contract. Okay, coming up with a reasonable conversation at that time is very wrong. That is emotional unintelligence, because an emotional intelligent person will understand that, oh, my boss isn't feeling too well now. Okay, a boss won't come around a pregnant employee, and try to say something silly to her and expect her to respond properly. It doesn't really work like that. So okay, it talks of emotional intelligence. You can't expect someone that just got on phone, or that was discussing a very bad incident on phone with his or her parents, to think properly. That's emotional intelligence. So in emotional intelligence, okay, we learn to control our emotions and improve our discussion with others. If not, we are going nowhere. So we all should learn to be emotionally intelligent. The 6th skill is asking better question, a very important skill. This 6th skill is it applies almost to, I think even applies to myself, because at times we ask questions that are so dumb and makes actually no sense. People love talking about themselves, and the person who asks thoughtful questions creates deeper connection. Okay, now instead of asking someone that, how was your day, try instead asking things like, what was the most interesting thing that happened today? Look at those two statements. Okay, how was your day, and what was the most interesting thing that happened today? You see that the person will be so excited to tell you the most interesting that happened during their day, and from that, okay, you guys are going to kick off a very interesting conversation, and you might even find out so many things that you were not going to find out if you instead ask the person, how was your day? Because if you say, how was your day, the person says, fine. Okay, it just ends the conversation there. But when you say what was the most interesting thing that happened today, the person will also tell you about a colleague that came to work on late and the boss shouted. Okay, the boss that was running under the rain because he or she forgot a car key. Lol. Okay, a woman that was so pressed, wanted to pee, and the toilet was occupied. A driver that insulted another driver, or something that happened in the train. You see, it opens room for other things, and you guys will even end up discussing a lot, and you end up knowing a lot, and you even end up making the person to always want to discuss with you, because what, better questions create better conversations. Never estimate the power of curiosity. There are questions that when you ask, okay, it makes the person that you ask the question to a little bit more curious, and the person will want to open up more and more to you. And the skill 7 is confidence. The final skill is confidence. I didn't say arrogance, I said confidence, because people are naturally attracted to those who believe in their message. Confidence comes from preparation and practice. That is one thing that most of us we think some people are born confident. No, confidence comes from preparation and practice. If you'd like me to do a video on how to become a confident man or woman, okay, let me know in the comment section below. Confidence comes from preparation and practice, which is something that you have to be prepared for it. I need to practice it in order to excel in it. You don't become confident first and then communicate. No, you communicate, you practice, you improve, and then confidence follows. Because confidence is just a result from efforts like communication, efforts like practice, and efforts like improvement. You have to understand that every successful speaker started as someone who was afraid. Okay, so many of us, we started off as being people that are afraid, but the difference is that they didn't let fear stop them. They continued and they went further. Now, in conclusion, I'll end by telling you guys that communication is not just a skill for public speakers, okay? It is a life skill. All of us need communication. It can help you build your relationships, create opportunities for you, increase your income, and become the person you actually want to be. We all need to see that the world does not only reward people with great ideas. The world also rewards people who can share those ideas. Okay, you also reward people that can start improving, that can implement the various ideas. So make sure you start improving your communication today, because when you improve the way you communicate, you are definitely going to improve the way the world sees you. Now, if you enjoyed the video, do well to subscribe, okay, for more videos about success. See you guys in another video.